The discussion was how to make MAHALLAH more relevant and more closer to the Kulliyyah, right? What I see, and maybe I'm wrong, but what I see today, Kulliyyah is operating on one side, MAHALLAH is operating the other side, whereas the clients are the same. They're the same students that go to MAHALLAH, same students that go to Kulliyyah. So if we can join these two together, then the student will have a more comprehensive or more integrated sort of activities, even approach, and even sometimes the staff that is dealing with them. So the idea is how do you make this balance? And one of the suggestions is to increase the number of academic staff be involved with the MAHALLAH, so that they are so familiar with what are the activities in MAHALLAH, then they can click it up or join it up with the one in the Kulliyyah, and vice versa. We may want to have increased the number of academic administrators in the Kulliyyah so that they can join up with the MAHALLAH.
Okay, all the while memang kita pun dah look in directions of SDG. Even some of the program kita buat pun kita akan ada. We make sure that what are the points of SDGs that is actually related. Program is related to which parts of the SDG. Memang ada benda tu. So but after today, I think we are going to go a step further. Maybe our program become more coordinated, involve bigger participants, more cooperation with MAHALLAH and even Kulliyyah. Okay, because we got that encouragement from the top management, so kita akan go even better this time around. Even kita punya CSR, it's not like we have now. We did that. All MAHALLAH did that. Cuma sekarang ni is actually on the respective MAHALLAH basis. Okay, so after this, it's going to be even bigger, have even bigger impact, more impact. Kita akan it's going to be even more coordinated in this science.
Basically, it's a very good move for this gathering between the principal, fellow, and also we call it as a MAHALLAH administrator. So basically, we are at the MAHALLAH office. Basically, we have got no problem to cooperate with anybody in MAHALLAH. In fact, during this movement control order, we have already been working very closely with principal, with fellow, with MRC, and with other agency, either in IIUM or outside IIUM. So in terms of mentioning about breaking the silos, for example, so we don't see that it will be any problem, because all in all, in IIUM, we as one family, we know each other. So this thing cannot divide us. We must go to our direction, leading the way.
Universal message of Islam for the
ISTAC was built on a very different intellectual plane. Yeah, they go deep into the knowledge, they research it, they bring new ideas, and they in fact influence knowledge around the world. So I think that's what university should be. Whereas IIUM, I think, takes a different plane because we work with undergraduates, taking people from different countries, and therefore the expansion of the knowledge is not as rapid as IIUM. So I think there's a need to combine between the experience of ISTAC and how to nurture more knowledge from IIUM, so that these two things can grow together and learn from one another. I think it'd be a waste if you've got ISTAC and we are not using ISTAC, and ISTAC also not, working together with us. So I hope today we are able to bridge the gap and to know what is important for the university as a whole. It doesn't matter whether ISTAC or IIUM, but we need to nurture the knowledge together so that we can be an influence in the world. I think that's the whole idea today of how can we work together and make an impact as far as not only the Muslim world, but the whole world as we search for new ideas and new platform to move on, inshallah.
Basically, ISTAC is committed to engage Muslim scholars and intellectuals in developing Islamic thought and civilization so that the Ummah as well as humanity can benefit in the post-COVID-19 pandemic crisis. We are very happy indeed to have our Honorable Rector today with us this afternoon, who explained the vision and mission of the university, which should be in line with the ISTAC vision and mission. Whatever we have contributed in the past was focusing more on Islamic thought and civilization, and in the recent past we have devoted our energy to come up with new research projects related to SDG goals, one of which was SDG goal number 16, which is related to peace, justice and strong institutions. ISLAC is committed to really contribute towards the sustainable development of humanity at large.
The CFS, I think, was created to help the university prosper in the sense that we get the right person for the right fit. Yeah? And it becomes important for CFS to actually build a strategy so that these people that we have taken in, and they are good students, they are not students they are of mediocre type, they are good students. It becomes our responsibility to make sure that they grow into a useful human being. I think that's our forte, and of course when they have got other skills at the same time, it becomes even better. So how to build this is a strategy that we are trying to adopt. I think we have seen what the university have done for the last 35 years. Maybe there are things that we need to improve, given the mission and the vision of the university, given the challenges of today, and given also the future that I have drafted to you about. So it becomes important that we understand all this. It becomes more important that the students understand the purpose they're coming here. It's not just to get good marks and then graduate and then becomes a successful entrepreneur, but to give back to society, to build the religion, to make sure that they also prosper in a very enlightened way.
Based on our module that we are offering to our students, instead of 2 years, a normal period for foundation program, now by default is 1 year, they help a lot. We talk about competition. Of course, we are at par with some other institutions which are also offering 1 year program. And with regard to syllabus, we managed to recently comprehensively review and then make sure that whatever element intended for nurturing our students to meet the minimum requirement at least. At the same time, to have all the elements of being what we call insan sejahtera, at least at the foundation level, are met.
The reason why I choose IIUM is because back in my time when I was in middle high school, my religious is quite bad. That's why I know IIUM offer the best religious study in most of the university in Malaysia. So I'm trying to achieve a holistic level where my academic and my religion is balanced. That's why I choose IIUM as my first choice in UPU.
Rector of IIUM, to present his presentation titled...
I think the issue now is how to integrate things together so that the structure becomes a little bit clearer, so that who is responsible to whom and how they work together becomes clearer. So while they are doing what they are doing, I think the final discussion is how do you again flatten the curve so that people work together in a kind of a consistent way using this holocratic model. So unless you do that, I think we are still at the old structure, old mindset, and we probably will not be able to tackle the issue in depth. I mean, we can tackle the issue at a certain level, but in depth, I think is what we want to do. So I hope they will sit down again after the discussion to find out what is the common ground and how they work together, and given a new structure, hopefully, then they can move faster ahead.
I still remember that one of the suggestion by Tansu Rector is to look for another Green Gown Awards, International Awards. And we have identified several projects on community engagement and student involvement and student engagement. We try to showcase and try to highlight the achievement, the impact, and hopefully that next year, okay, we can achieve another Green Gown Awards on students or on community engagement awards. Thank you.